Following on from a successful camp last year, the young leaders will be taking part in 3 workshops across the day. There'll be a referees workshop, which will obviously be taken part by our referees development officers. There'll be a coaching workshop, which will be delivered by our regional coach development manager 5 to 11 and also our county football coach. And then be a disability workshop, which will be delivered by our disability football development officer and inclusion football development officer. Hopefully the day will obviously prove as successful as last year, with all the young leaders getting a good range of different ideas and knowledge hopefully to take back to their clubs and communities.
We're really pleased you're here to explain a bit more about the proceedings. The young lady who's put it all together does a marvellous job in our development section. We welcome Jodie Tude.
Firstly, just to echo Dave's thoughts, thank you everybody for coming. Friday of half term, I think we've got at final count probably about 48, 49 of you here, which is absolutely fantastic. Just a couple of things from me. Second year the camp has run, so again it's really good to see you all here. We've obviously got quite a few old faces, but they will be introduced at a later time. What I'm going to do now is I'm now going to pass you on to Laura, who will obviously give you an overview of the day's events. But lastly, have fun, hope you enjoy the day, and I will see you later on. Laura.
I'm going to introduce the team that we've got here today as well. We've got Vicky, if you just all want to stand up. We've got Vicky first, Holly, Poppy, Tom, Zach and Jacob. They were all where you were this time last year, okay? So they came on the West Riding County Camp, and we've got 3 of them, Jacob, Zach and Vicky, that made it onto National Camp because they did so well today. And then we've also got Zach and Jacob, which are now on the management team for the National Camp, and they're going to organise the National Camp for 2010. They've been part of the West Riding Camp and the National Camp for 3, 4, 5 years now. I did it with them. We've all been fortunate enough to go out to Africa coaching with the FA, but there's you'll find out later on today in the Where Next workshop about the chances that you'll have to do things like that as well. But just before we go, our aim today, Jo works for West Riding on the young leadership part of things, and she's really keen to get you all involved in the aspects of leadership and coaching and keep you involved with the West Riding. So whatever you put in today, you'll only get out of it, okay? So give it your effort, have fun, and enjoy your day.
We as a county here are promoting referees because there's a continual shortage. We've got 1,000 plus on our books at the minute, but we still need more. With many games within this county that are just going unstaffed. Right, penalty, blow your whistle. Idea is just run towards where the white is again. So you're selling it, yeah? And it's just a direct free kick, but you'd point to the spot, yeah? So we're continually pushing and pursuing courses and all that we can do with it. So we've joined today with the development team to push this for the young leaders as well, hoping that they will go back into their respective sort of classroom situations and contact people, passing the word on.
We've now got designated spectator areas where the coaches will be on one side, the spectators behind the barrier on the other side. We've now got the respect barriers with poles and things along one side of the field. It's certainly to try and get them involved in or get an interest in officiating. I mean, they may have seen it purely as a player or maybe as a coach. This has given them another view, and hopefully it'll stimulate some interest in perhaps becoming a referee. Let's face it, not everybody's the best player in the world, not everybody wants to be a coach, but it's another option to keep involved with football for many, many years. I've been a referee now for this is my 26th season, and it's a fascinating game, and once you develop the bug, you stop watching football, you just start watching referees, and a game on TV now is different because I'm looking at it from the referees aspects rather than just the game as a general thing, but it's great. really is. Any undershorts that are a different colour than the main shorts must be removed, not allowed to wear them. And also jewellery. Any jewellery that's been worn must be removed. So even referees have to remove any wedding rings that they've got. To get respect, you've got to earn it. You don't just get it as a right. You have to earn that respect and give it as well. You expect people to treat you as you would want to be treated yourself. But certainly refereeing, it's a great vehicle now, but obviously there are certain aspects within the game, the unsavoury side of things, you know, the verbal abuse and very hopefully rarely physical abuse that referees are subjected to. It can put people off, and it's a great driver, unfortunately, of people away from refereeing. But once you get into it, if you can stick out those first few games and you develop the bug and you get into it, it really is great fun, and it's a great thing to be involved with. Certainly, as I say, I have 26 years experience of getting a lot out of it and still do, and I would recommend it to anyone. Despite all the bad press that we get, they are the exceptions. You know, games being abandoned, referees being assaulted, they are the real exceptions. In the total number of games that are played in this county alone, every weekend, the chances of somebody coming across real problems is extremely rare. So, who says there's no foul because he got the ball?
In the past, you know, a game of football would take place and the last man that was considered or thought of is, oh, we need a referee. We're trying to overcome that by ensuring that we've got people who are able to referee. And the part of fetching the lads out and girls out here today was to just, it looks easy, and as you saw in the classroom when we're asking them the question, oh, I can referee, I know what to do. But once we put them on the spot, as you saw on some of the challenges, we had 4 possible options, and with some of them saying no free kick and others saying a free kick and a red card. Not as easy as you think. One thing that does work is the flag and the man using both hands to show it. Substitute. Can you remember? Yeah, substitute. So if he wants to substitute, he tracks him and... Yeah? Yeah. How do you think it's best to get up and down this touchline? To what? Correct. Crab. Crab we call it. Keep sideways, running, sideways.
The FA published a statistic recently that said if you want to be a Premiership player at 16 years old, the chances of you making it are about 1 in 100,000. If you were thinking of having ideas of getting into the Premiership as a referee, those chances drop to 1 in 100. So, for anybody who's not the greatest player but thinks, I might have a go at that officiating game, it's a great opportunity. I went to listen to Howard Webb on Monday evening recently in a Referees Association meeting in Leeds. He started not too long ago, but if somebody said to him 20 years ago, you know, in a club in Rotherham, once you've passed this course, 20 years later you'll be refereeing the FA Cup final, he wouldn't have believed it. But that's what's actually happened, so the opportunities are there, and certainly within this county and other counties, the opportunities are there if you've got the dedication, the commitment, the knowledge, the fitness and the confidence to go out and referee week in, week out. What makes a good referee? 9 parts confidence, 1 part knowledge, 1 part fitness and 1 part commitment and dedication. And if you add all that lot up together, that's 110%, and that's what you need, 110%.